Well, thank you so much for joining me, Shannon. My first question that I have for you is about your epilepsy journey. What has your experience been like with epilepsy so far?
Yeah. Okay. So I was diagnosed with epilepsy when I was 12. It's so strange. I remember the seizure, like not the actual seizure, but I remember like leading up to it really clearly. It was primary school. We had a full school assembly, and at that time, all the grade sixes used to sit like on the stage. And a friend of mine was taking the assembly, and then I just remember like sort of like falling down, and then I woke up in the hospital and I had no idea like what happened. That was my first seizure, and that was a grand mal seizure. And then I pretty much just had like a series of seizures after that. There was doctors were trialing me on different medications, trying to find the right one. I think that at one time I was on 5 different medications just to try and like figure out what my cocktail was that was going to help me, balance all my levels, until they found Epilim and Zorontin to be the two that work really well for me. So I've been on them pretty much my whole life now, I guess.
Quite a scary experience to go through as a 12-year-old. What was that
Yeah.
like?
I don't really remember a lot afterwards. There's like a lot of black holes, and I'm sure like a lot of people with epilepsy will understand. Like fragments of my memory, just like, little pictures, and they were played for like a little piece, and that's all I remember. But I don't remember like being scared or anything. I don't know. I don't remember. But I was recently talking to my brother. He was a year younger than me, and he said to me how scared he was. There was times where he thought I was dying. Like it was really scary for him. And my mum and dad were the ones that were like doing all like dealing with things and talking to the doctors and whatnot. So I didn't really understand sort of what was going on.
And I suppose, jumping forward, quite a number of years now,
Yeah.
you are taking part in the Walk for Epilepsy around Australia this
Yeah.
year, which is awesome. What
Yeah.
made you decide to take part?
I recently had a seizure at my workplace. So I've had multiple seizures over the years. It came on because of stress, because of COVID, caused a lot of stress at work, and caused me to forget to take my tablets. And that's the biggest cause. Like I'm okay if I'm on my medication, but if I don't take it, then that's when I have a seizure. It's like, built up over like a month's worth of me not taking my medicine. So I got super stressed with work and just forgot. I got into a routine where breakfast, I wasn't even having breakfast. So I actually forgot that part of my routine. And then dinner was just like dinner in bed. But like I wasn't even like adding my tablets into that. So I got complacent and really feel forgetful. And then as it went on, I got even more forgetful. And then I had a seizure at work. And then I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I need to, take better care of myself. And it was a huge wake up call. And I just decided that I was going to start researching into my epilepsy and looking into it more, because I've never ever done that. My mum handled everything and I didn't have to do anything. So I've kept myself in the dark for the longest time and just sort of been like, I'm not going to open Pandora's box. I'm just going to ignore it forever. I've been in denial, I guess you could say. I was doing I was talking to a psychologist. I also wanted to talk to someone about my epilepsy. And then it sort of led me down this rabbit hole of being like, who can I talk to about my epilepsy? Why haven't I spoken to anyone about it? And then I was just like, this is crazy. I need to talk to someone. Like, where are the women's groups? I need to talk to women. Like, had me looking up on Facebook, trying to find people. And So long story short, that's why I want to participate. I just wanted to be a part of it. Like this is part of me.
You mentioned that, different stresses, and obviously during COVID has been a major stress point for lots of people. And, it
Yeah.
also is preventing us from doing a lot of the things that we would otherwise do. For instance,
Yeah.
We've previously held walks like this in person, and we can't this year. Do you think it's important that people sort of continue to stay connected and reach out to each other and provide, I suppose, a certain level of peer support or just connection during this time as well?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's extremely hard. I live by myself. I'm fortunate enough to be able to live by myself, but it also sucks. I've been unemployed since July, but that was my choice. I chose to leave my job because of the stress. So I sort of haven't really been coping, but I've had, chats with my psychologist and been talking to lots of FaceTimes with friends. It's very important to get out and go for walks and things. I know everyone says it, and everyone always has days where they don't want to do anything, and that's okay. And it's nothing to be ashamed about. I've had many of those days, so I think it's important to know that you're not alone, because everybody feels it. I would love to get out there with a big mob of people and just go for a big walk, but we're not allowed to at the moment.
But, it's looking at your journey with the walk and the fundraising that you've been able to do is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh my God,
How do you feel about all of that support that you've been getting from family and friends?
I am so overwhelmed and just like, it makes me emotional, because it's not something that I openly like talk about to a lot of people. Like, I didn't even realize that some of my closest friends didn't even really know that much about my epilepsy. So, and that's just me not telling them, or me just being like, yeah, I've got epilepsy, you don't really have to worry about it. But it's not like that at all. The support is incredible. I just can't thank everyone enough. Like, I set myself a goal, and I was like, oh, it's a bit of a stretch. Like, I don't think I'm going to get there. And then within 11 or 12 days, I was like almost there. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I was so speechless. Like, yeah, it's it makes me emotional, because it just warms my heart so much that, even in times like this, that people are still, willing to donate to charities. And, I just can't thank everyone enough.
Yeah, well, we're certainly so thankful for your support and the support that you're bringing in. One thing that I'm also interested in, obviously, there may be people living with epilepsy in their families who are watching this who may feel isolated and alone and maybe unsupported. Do you have a message for them?
Yeah, you're not alone. You're definitely not. I think just look up different groups. Like this page is really good. I was looking up different things on this page, as well as the other page before that I was talking about. And I was talking to one of the nurses. They have like nurses and counselors and stuff. Like, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing. And it's it was extremely helpful. I have found a couple of people through this that like I'm talking to now, which is really good. I've also been put onto, so like a friend of mine knows someone who's got epilepsy, and she's DM'd me, and now she's partaking in the walk, which is amazing. And we've been talking a lot. So just know that you're not alone, because I mean, it does feel like it sometimes, because it's hard to explain things to your family when they can't know how things make you feel. Like it's completely different. But then again, I also understand that I will never understand what it feels like for them to see me in that position. So there's a bit of both. Yeah, definitely not alone. And I think the best thing that anyone can really do in order to make them feel like better and feel safe about their epilepsy is just to talk about it. Just talk about it with your family, talk about it with your friends, research it. It scared me a lot when I was doing research about it, because then I started to get anxiety about it. But yeah, you're not alone. You're not. No one's alone.
Shannon, thank you so much for your time, and thanks so much for all of the amazing fundraising work
No
that you've been
worries.
doing. It's
My
been
pleasure.
such a pleasure following your journey, and we can't wait to see it continue.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I'll hopefully, when I've got a puppy, he's asleep at the moment, so I want to bring him out for walks. Oh, he's barking at me. He's just woken up, but he won't leave the front yard, so he won't be coming for walks with me yet. So once he gets bigger, he can come with me.